All right, everybody, here we are. We are in the house. We're in their house. We're in everybody's house, including yours. The Bay Ragni Show. We're live. It's Monday night, and I'm sure this line will get used a lot whenever they do interviews, no matter what day of the week it is, because it seems like it's Tuesday, and that's who we're here with. Seems like Tuesday from South. What is that?
Philly, Jersey.
Yeah, Philly,
I hear
Jersey.
myself
Yeah,
talking.
Philly,
There we go.
Jersey.
The whole connection. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show, man.
How you
Thank
doing?
you. How are
We
you?
got everybody here.
We got everybody here. So now here's the thing that right off the bat I wanted to talk about is so I see you guys are also involved in another band, The Business.
Yeah. Well, Eric and I are, yes.
Okay, so so this is gonna be for you guys.
Sure.
Why you have this like a wedding band where you probably make nice money on it? Why would you want to go back? Because I know you guys have done it over the years. Back into the world of original music, where especially in Philadelphia right now, I hear from all my Philly peeps, it's hard to find places to play
It's a
anymore.
dogfight. Yeah.
It's a dogfight trying to
Yeah.
get exposure and get your music heard and all. Why would you just want to torture yourself and do it all over again?
All right. I'll let you start with that one. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing originals when I was younger. Obviously not in their era. I'll just say,
Hey now.
sorry,
We
not
got
sorry.
called old.
No, I am so sorry. That's totally not what I meant. But or style of music, correct. I did like more of like the R&B type stuff.
Okay.
But I'll say it again. I sound like a broken record. I come from that cover world, But to be back, just to be creative and play stuff that we enjoy, like it's our music. We have a great time. It's exciting. Throwing stuff together and arranging stuff together.
Right.
So just to be creative and play with these guys. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, I could say that too. I think, first of all, it's the people that are in the band. Everybody's cool. Everybody's a good player. Everybody has their life together. So there's no outside, trouble. We literally come together and we all have a common goal in this thing, which makes it, I don't know, not a job. It's actually fun. And as far as the cover thing, I've been in that band for 10 years. We do anywhere from 80 to 100 gigs a year. All the casinos, weddings, privates, some big clubs.
Wow.
But there's nothing like writing your own song, playing what I feel like playing and not what I have to play. Starting something from scratch, coming up with a name, coming up with songs, everybody's contributing. It's much more rewarding doing something that you have your stamp on more than playing whatever the flavor of the week is.
Right.
Very cookie cutter kind of like, here's the song. You got to learn Miley Cyrus. It's number one. So now I know I'm going to play Flowers every day. So, that's what I'm going to do because that's what I'm getting paid for. Our band is kind of like we play what we want to, and everybody has to agree on everything. This band, out of any band I've ever been in, is a 5-way democracy. We literally won't post an ad on Facebook unless everybody says it's okay. Like everybody's got to agree that the color on the logo is the right red. Like everything has everybody's stamp on it, and everybody's willing to give in for the other person. And I think that's the camaraderie of that is what makes this special to me. And I'd rather, I make money with the other thing and it's cool and the band's great. And it's like family. But this band is where I feel like I am most comfortable. So it's easy to do this for me. So that's why I'm back banging my head up against the wall to answer your question. Literally.
So how did it come together? Was it like you and Erica to start talking about you want to do something original? How did everything start falling into place?
I can answer that one since it was me. Again, got tired of playing the covers. I was like, we need to do something original. And gave Chip a call because I could take you back a little bit. We were in a band called EGB, which was the Erica Gagliardi band, which was Erica's cover.
Okay.
She had to leave
Okay.
the business. She had to leave the business for a little bit because of scheduling problems, kids, all kinds of different stuff.
Sure.
So I said, to waste your
That
voice.
whole fun adulting thing.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
getting in the way of the bands because the schedule's insane. So I was like, I stayed in the group and I was like, look, we'll put a cover band together on the side and we'll do some things once in a while. We'll play every other month just to keep, your feet wet and keep your voice going.
Mhm.
It's a shame not to use your talent. So one thing led to another, and we got Chip to play bass. We had Pete Lacatera, God bless his soul, he passed away. We got this guy.
Oh, right.
Rocco.
Okay.
Yeah, Pete was in our band, and we had this guy Johnny playing keys, and we were called the EGB band. And we went out, we played probably a couple gigs. Great response. We're making cover money. Came up with 3 sets. Put a lot of work into that.
Wow.
COVID hit, killed the band. Pete wound up getting sick, so his health started deteriorating, and then the whole thing just fell apart.
Wow.
And then we didn't want to put it back together after COVID because it didn't feel right without Pete. And then everybody's life changed. Who got night job? Who did this? She came back into the business, so it was like, okay, we'll just put that to bed. And then when I came up with the idea of playing originals, obviously Chip was the bass player I wanted to play with, so he came along. We grabbed Pete because he was in a band with an STP cover band with tribute band with Chip, who was an excellent player. So it was like, get Pete. We got him. And then we found Billy. Chip found Billy at a party. And we were like, all right, that's the band. I knew Billy from years ago. So we all had like the same mutual friends, kind of. We all knew about each other or in some sort of scenario, one way or the other. It felt real comfortable. Everybody wanted to do the same thing, same style of music. And that's how this all came together. So I guess it morphed out of the EGB band with the cover thing, COVID killing it, into this, so it became an all original project. And we throw a couple covers in there once in a while, just to fill a night or something. But we're an original band who would rather play songs and make it our own. So the covers we do play are now our versions of them covers.
Nice.
We're not playing an American band or Jesse's Girl. We're doing something like Beat Calls Tonight by Bruce Springsteen, and we're doing it our way, that sort of a thing. So,
you said one thing that stood out to me, and I said to myself, wow, it's rare that you hear that, where it's like, you got this band together of players and people that you respect, but also too that everybody has their shit together. You don't hear that too much.
Well, sure. I
That
mean,
was important. I was going to say that was important when we started talking about this. When Steve gave me a call and says, "Hey, first things first, I have to plug my other band. I'm in 33 1/3 Live's Killer Queen Experience." So, 11-piece band playing Queen, which is a lot of fun. But we do album cuts. We don't do the live show. But when we started discussing this, he came up with this idea. And he says, "What do you think?" He says, "I haven't been creative since we were in Cyanide Saints. So I just been playing covers. So yeah, let's do it. I don't care. I don't need the money. I've got a job. I've got a home life. I need to get the creativity out because otherwise I'll explode." And we started talking. Well, what kind of people do you want? Is, well, we got to find people who, and literally it was, we got to find people who got their shit together. Because if they don't, this is not going to go anywhere. It's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And this is, we're all getting older. This might be our last shot at being able to put out something on our own. That's not somebody else's stuff every night. So we just says, let's make sure we do it right. And I think we hit the right mix with these guys. These 2 guitar players are great writers, great players, and it just makes everything easy.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Ditto. Absolutely.
I think all right. So let me ask you this, because then I'll zing my little joke in there that I'm going to work my way into. You guys have one single out already, and you guys have another single coming out this Wednesday. So are you guys going to do like the method that most original acts are doing now, is single, and then maybe put an EP out? And will the EP be called "We Have Our Shit Together"? That was a joke.
That could be a working title.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That'll go on the list on the wall. Yeah, I think we're going to put out song, play that as much as we can, really, get our, the most we can out of it. And then we go on to the next single and the next single. I think the time we get to our fourth tune, we're on our third one right now. So the second video is coming out Wednesday. And then we're already in process of mixing the next song. And then, so when we get to 4, then we'll put out the EP. But we're definitely going to go single in that. I think that's what you have to do now. Then when you get enough, you put out an EP and, maybe add another song to it after, our whole thing is that we definitely want to put out a video every time we put out a song. And we're lucky enough to work with Albert from Dan Bird Entertainment. He does all our video editing and all that stuff. And great friend, great dude. And he's good at what he does. So we're just going to keep on putting a video every time we put out a song because people listen with their eyes.
I think it's so important. It really is. And I think that whole process, like when it first started becoming a thing a few years ago, it was like, let's face it. I'm from that era. I have the grays to prove I'm from that era, but I'm still from that old school mentality to a point of like albums.
But now the album cover.
Yeah, of course. Come on. And you never know what kind of surprises will pop out. But
Sure.
I see the writing on the wall now. And one of the bands I interviewed really opened my eyes and explained it to me like this this band is called Butterside, and they're from LA, and they were the first band that Lemmy signed to his label, and they've done some good things, and they're doing now the whole single. And when I talked to him last year, I said, well, why? You're not out there hitting the road. You're not touring. You're not doing this. You're not doing what the hell are you doing? And he said, look, he goes, we could put an album out tomorrow and we can pile into a van and drive around the country and we could lose a fortune and play to 20 people a night. And I'm not doing that no more. He said, so now from a business standpoint, what I feel my band needs to do, and I feel a lot of people should follow this model, is write a song. Write the best fucking song you can write and make an amazing video to go with it and put it out there.
Yeah.
And while that's out there, gaining some traction, work on your next song and do the same thing. He's like, just go song by song, step by step, but make it the best fucking song with the best video possible and put it out there and take your time. Yeah. Then build your following on your social media, through your music and video, through the Spotifys and all that fun stuff now.
Right.
And then if you're gaining the attention to go pile in a van, then you do it. But otherwise, no more.
Well, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I pretty much said it that way, but different when we started this thing. Yeah, it's the same. I think that's what you have to do. It's about people downloading your music or stuff like that. So you just have to throw it up against the wall and see if it hits. The day of that, let's put out a whole EP and have to shrink wrap, and people. Half of my friends don't even have a CD player. They're like, dude, why? I mean, you buy a car now, you don't have a CD player. So it's like, so you have to change with the times, or you're just going to be a dinosaur. Yep. So you have to kind of do it this way. It's weird. Even recording, you have to stay up with the Joneses, because all the technology the technology changed since back in the day. Like bands used to record live and do everything organic. Mm-hmm. Now you have to almost do it with a click track. You have to make sure that your stuff is so on point that if it's not on point, you have to Pro Tool it, because you got to get it perfect to compete with the next person, so you have to adapt or you're going to get swallowed up for sure. You have to play by the rules that are out there, unfortunately, but that's what that's the game we're in right now,
That's true. It's really so crazy to think and believe, like you keep saying, we used to have the vinyls to open up and look at, and now it's like, oh no, I can just look on my phone. It's like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So now, okay, so you guys are out doing some shows. Like we said, you have the first single's already out there. Next single coming out on Wednesday. Um, do you guys have stuff already all recorded to just slowly drop off, or are you guys going through and recording each song one at a time?
Billy or Pete, go ahead.
Well, we laid down some basic tracks, like especially we wanted the drum sound and some other sounds to be common across the board. Want the songs to sound like they belong together.
Right.
We want to, so that if we do an EP, we want the sound to be like a package. But the songs each of them have their own different life, so they are different styles of songs.
Okay.
Which is one thing that's fun about this group. But so like Steve's tracks, his drum tracks are laid down so that we can have the best drum sound. And then from there, it was we can build everything else around it. We got some good guitar sounds down. The vocals we wanted, right? We wanted to have really good, crisp vocals so that we specifically did them in one studio versus another one to get the best out of that. And, I don't know, Billy, maybe you can add into that.
Well, yeah. And there are layers to each one of the songs.
Okay.
I bring a more like melodic approach. Pete brings a more aggressive approach, and it's great to have it all married, and for one common goal at the end. And Erica's vocals are, I mean, you can't ask for anything better, especially in the studio. She like matches her voice like perfect when we're doing backups, and it's pretty exciting process.
Yeah, when I told our financial backer that Erica was in the band, he was very happy. He's like, well, that's cool. He ain't going to put out that much money for takes, See, we're real lucky because we have, first of all of us sing. We each sang lead at least for a song or two in cover bands and everything. But we're fortunate enough to have, like, technically, besides all five of us singing a little bit, Billy's a lead singer. Erica's a lead singer, and then Pete also sings. So what we do is we give you, and then Chip and I do background vocals. We might even sing later.
I was saying, poor Chip, what's up with you over there?
Yeah.
I play bass because I'm not a singer.
Yeah. Yeah, he sang in a cover. He sang.
Yes, I have. I've done a few.
So what we try to do, Bay, is we try to come out and we're trying to do the whole kind of I guess the best way to explain it is maybe like a Doobie Brothers or like a Fleetwood Mac, where you had the Lindsey Buckingham, which would be Billy, the Stevie Nicks, which would be, Erica's part, and then we have the other singer like the Christine McVie or somebody like that with the other voice. So we have
Christine McVie.
That would be.
So we have a 3 vocal attack. So we come out and just say with Erica for a couple tunes, and then Billy will do one, then Pete will do one, then Billy and Erica will sing. So you're constantly getting hit with a different approach and different type of singing. And I think that keeps the listener engaged instead of just as great as the singer is up front. Sometimes, after 4 or 5 songs, it's like, okay, he's strong in the key of E, This way we can do whatever we want because we need a little bit more edge. We go to Pete. We want something really melodic and soulful. We go to Erica. We want a rock sing, a kind of guy that could do both. We go to Billy, So we're trying to come out. We do a lot of 3-part harmonies. We do like a lot of modulations in the songs, key changes. It's all based around the melody of the song and the feel, never the drum part or the guitar solo. They're the least things. We're trying to come at you from definitely a song perspective. We want you to remember our song, not the Yngwie Malmsteen guitar solo.
Yeah, and that brings me to that point when you said that. I think about the sax solo in Looking for a Heartbreak. Like people were like, "What? There's no guitar solo?" We're like, "No."
Yeah, we wanted to do the sax solo to almost make us not too metal.
Yes.
To put us in it, like as soon as you put a sax solo, your ears go up. It's like, wow, I was expecting a guitar solo there. It's exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to throw you off, so we wanted to give you a little bit of a curveball. And now the next song we're going to come out with is a little bit more of a rocker. That might be what you're expecting. So we weren't trying to come out and be too I guess heavy metal is the word to use. We wanted to be more of just a rock band with a little bit of an edge.
And that song kind of needed that flavor to complete it the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Billy brought that song to the band. It's like, let's have Erica sing it. Boom, 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 and like he had this rhythm track, and it's sort of like, okay, that sounds great. I put the Les Paul to it, give it a flavor to it, and then it just built from there. And then in the studio, we didn't commit to anything at that point, but then it was like this, I think Steve brought up maybe doing the sax solo, or maybe it was Tony, but when it came through and had that done, it really was the perfect fit for this song. So it was more like, we weren't too headstrong or too committed to have to, okay, every song's got to have the guitar solo because we're a guitar oriented rock band.
Right.
Well, so we did that, and it works great.
But it also too, it seems like from all the answers from the last couple of questions too, where you guys are not just focused to be a quote unquote heavy rock band. It's
Right.
about we are a band. We're a musical band, and it's not going to be. Each song is going to truly be a different style, almost. It sounds like.
It's almost like each one of the songs that we're doing is its own story. And that story doesn't have to have anything to do with any of the others. Between the musicians that the five of us know, you never know what's going to come out on the next song. It's like, hey, I got a friend who can play a killer ukulele. Maybe that'll fit in this song, and we'll stick it in there. Or Business has a full horn section. Maybe.
Possibilities are endless.
You never know. So you just got to wait and see.
I think also, no matter where we go, no matter where we stretch and do a little of this or a little of that, I think at the end there is an identity to our sound. I really do. I feel like when you hear us play it, even if we stretch out a little bit, it still comes home. So it's not like we're playing a thrash song and then we're playing a ballad. I think even our fast song, we play like us. And our ballad is not a hair metal ballad. It still sounds like us. So we can't help but sound like us, but yet we're not afraid to go a little left or right. Our thing was to just come in, and I think one of my major things that I said to everyone when I called all you guys is, I don't want to be metal. I remember saying that to every one of you guys. I was like, I want to have hook songs. I want to go to the masses. I just don't want to be labeled that thing. And, I don't want to have any songs that have rock in the title. We rock and roll children. And, stay away from any of them cliches because they've just been beaten, So there's, I guess, unwritten rules that we all kind of know that we don't do, Yeah. Don't rhyme like love with glove. You know what I mean? Don't do that kind of stuff.
Paul Stanley just rolled over in his grave, and he's
Well, he did it better than everybody. He can stay there.
All right, so the next single is called "A Beautiful Day for a Broken Heart," which is coming out this Wednesday at 4:00, like you said. So tell us about this single.
Billy, Pete, you came in with us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this song is pretty much about, and you could kind of see where the theme's going. We talk about this all the time. First single, Looking for a Heartbreak. Second single, Beautiful Day for a Broken Heart. And the list goes on and on and on. I won't go into too much detail. I don't want to give it away.
Not every song has heart in the title.
No, that's true. That's true. But
every song has heart.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's pretty much, just looking for a heartbreak. The girl wanted to get out, or the guy, in this case, whoever. And Beautiful Day, it's, she's happy, she's free. We co-wrote, we arranged this all together. It sounded much different in the beginning, and then we just
Yeah,
made it
morphed
our
into
own.
something else.
Yeah, for sure.
It's almost like Bay. What I think I said this before. It's almost like the theme of the song is like almost like you were done with it, but you couldn't get out of a relationship. So it's almost like you're happy that the person broke up with you because you couldn't break up with them. Kind of. You're happy to get your heart broke because you would have just been staying in that disaster zone because you didn't have either the financial will or or whatever to get out of it. You were just stuck, and that person did you a favor. Kind of that's what it morphed into. So beautiful day for a broken heart. It's like, well, how can it be a beautiful day if you get your heart broken? Well, it's a positive thing that you got your heart broken.
I mean, I was looking for a heartbreak.
Yeah.
You found it.
Yeah, exactly. But we are super excited for the video to come out. We went back and forth with this video with Albert. We like tortured him. I feel terrible, but it's perfection for a homemade video. I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, we're pretty excited.
Yeah, looks
Bert's becoming like the Mr. Video out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's very talented.
Yeah.
I think if you get Albert running in a direction, then he's gonna put his all into it. Like he does. He's a worker.
Yeah.
So
he does.
So I feel we all are the same way. I'll call him up. He'll call me at 1 o'clock in the morning and be like, "Dude, I send you another edit." Now, Erica is like waving her hand up. Tell me if you like it and call me back. It's like 2 in the morning. So, we're lucky enough, honestly, that we have like our producer, Tony Mecca. He works his ass off for us too. And, he'll call me 7 o'clock every morning with something. I put this new organ part. Tell me if you like it. I'm not sure of the sound, So we have like an Albert. We have a Jim Salome. Yeah, we have Tony Mecca. We have people that are really into they're on the team. They're really into pushing us forward too. So we have a good supporting cast of very talented people, but more than that, very good people. We have surrounded ourselves with class, and that goes a long way. I don't ever have to worry about somebody not calling me back, or losing my reel or, or whatever. The bass tracks just disappeared. We don't have that kind of stuff. We got all reliable people around us, and that was by choice. And we sought people out, we knew who we wanted to work with. And Albert was definitely one of them people. Tony, Jim, all them guys were definitely people we glad to have on our team for sure.
Yeah.
And Carmen too, for believing in us. He's our financial backer. He gave us the money to do all this stuff too. So thank you, because we couldn't have did it without you, so that goes a long way too.
I'm telling you, we got our shit together. It's the first EP.
Yeah.
It's not just you guys, it's the whole team. The whole team, everybody's got their shit together.
I know we do talk about like what should the name be? What should we do? But that's Bay, I like that.
We got our
shit together.
Yeah.
Just throw it out there, be blunt. Fuck it all. We got our shit together. Now, okay. You guys have your shit together. The team has your shit together. But let's talk about the Philly music scene. And I'm not talking about the other bands. I'm talking about the places to play. They don't have their shit together because it's very few and far between. Yes, you guys have a show coming up this Friday, but where the hell do you guys are now investing all this time and effort and heart and soul into these songs? And let's face it, when you're doing this, when you're creating, you want to play it for the people.
Absolutely. That's
where the hell do we find the place to play and the people?
Yeah, I had to basically manufacture a gig for April 29th, a place called Paul's Tavern. A girl I went to high school with, that her family owns the bar, small place, nice little place, cover bands. So I hit her husband up and I'm like, you interested? And he's like, I don't know. So I sent him our video and he's like, oh yeah, I got to have you in here. I got to have you guys. Okay. I said, but we'll have to fill some time. We'll get an opening band. Me and Eric and Pete will play acoustic. So we have to manufacture like a 4-hour show, in order to get out there and play and pay the bills. But it's not easy.
Yeah, we were in discussions with another local band too. Rat Rod, about putting, maybe
That's
getting
my
like
boys.
yeah. So I was
Mike.
talking to Mark and about maybe getting like a VFW gig, like
Mm,
just renting out a hole and do it ourselves. Get some beer,
okay.
make somebody make roast beef sandwiches and make a night out of it. I mean, it'll probably be ran better like that, to be honest with you. You could put our guy at the door, we'll make the whole door, and we'll play as
Right.
long as we want. We'll get as many bands as we want. We'll share the drums. We'll do, because to play a place now, any place you play, you gotta, it's almost like a pay to play thing. It's really weird. It's like you have to, like, I don't want to name specific things because I don't want to down anybody, but it's almost like, well, you could play here, but then the first, $200 goes to the door and this, that,
Right.
so my people would never be coming to that club unless I was playing. So I'm
Yeah.
not getting anything until I bring this amount of people, like that sort of a thing. So it's very hard to manufacture anything outside of the normal places to play where you're usually taking a beating. So we're just going to do our own. We're going to try to make our own gigs. That's what we're heading towards to do now. When Billy started that with that place. So I mean, we're playing the Rusty now on Friday. That's
Okay.
one of the clubs that'll let you play pretty much
Oh, yeah.
whatever you want. And I think there's a thrash bill on the night that we're playing and some other bands. So it's more of like any band that wants to play can play. So you might see like all different styles of music on one
You
night.
never know what you're going to find when you go to the Rusty now.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool, though. I'd rather have that. At least you're not playing with the same. Every band sounds the same or doing the same things and all that stuff. So, but that's one of the places we're playing, and then we're just trying to get in. I mean, there's the Union Firehouse. There's another place around here. We're trying to get back in there. We played there. We did pretty successful in there. But yeah, it's far and in between. I mean, we got a call to play Dobbs. They reopened Dobbs on South Street in South Philly.
Oh, right.
And we were up there doing a photo shoot, and Erica and I, and we passed it, and there's a sale sign outside. So, I mean, you want to play a club with a sale sign outside? It's like, not really, I mean.
They've had a lot of trouble, and there's a lot of
I heard
drama
all
there.
the rumors,
Yeah.
But so right now we're just concentrating on the EP, and maybe another door will open in the process of putting it out, and we'll be able to jump on there. But yeah, it's hard unless you're playing covers for sure.
And it's hard to get a hold of people. I'm just going to say that.
Oh God, yeah.
Like we're batting 1,000 with some folks. But Union Firehouse, I will say, I enjoyed that. I mean, I'm sure you guys did too, but that was a great setup. The lights, the sound, everything. We actually played there with As We Become Ghosts and Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was great. Great room.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a goal of mine to get back in there.
Very cool. Very
It's
cool.
I think most of it, Bay, now around here. I know you're in Nashville, right?
Yeah.
Most of it around here now is turning to tribute bands. Like that seems to be the general where it's heading, and there's a lot of them, and there's a lot of good ones, and they just do,
and they're packing them in.
Yeah, you do Ozzy all night, or you do Van Halen all night, and that's just what you're doing, So it's hard to break through what we're doing, but as I said, I'm doing the cover thing already, so I want to play originals. If I got to play a couple covers just to fill out a night or something, then I'll do that. But I don't want to be a cover band, I don't really want to, I have no desire to do that at this point in my life. I want to do something that's gonna make me happy more than pay the bills. I know that sounds strange, but I already have a job, and then I do the business too. So I want to do something for me.
Yeah.
Plus, I really like what we're playing, and I don't want to go just play, not anything against it, but I just don't want to go play Ozzy. I know them songs like the back of my hand. It would, it would be kind of like, playing Crazy Train's not fulfilling anymore, to me at least,
It's crazy to me too. Like, it's because I see what Rat Rod just did it the other night at Dingbats. They played with a tribute band. They opened for a tribute band. It's weird to see original bands now having to do that, open for tribute bands and stuff to hopefully be able to get play with a crowd.
Yeah, and you might be able to steal a couple people. Yeah, that's
exactly
what you have to do.
If that part of the thing about being an original band, and this goes back to maybe some of your earlier questions, is the fact that we're creating some stuff that's new and something that we're leaving behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're creating a catalog of work, even if we don't do anything that makes us anything big or makes us any money or takes us traveling around the world or anything like that. We're leaving some stuff behind.
Right.
I mean, at the very least. So, like, you know, it's not like you're doing it for nothing. You know, we're putting out our videos. So, you know, we're on the streaming services. So, you know, if, you know, nothing ever comes of it, we still put out some good music, and that'll be around for as long as humanity's around. That's okay.
Yep.
There you go.
We're artists, and an artist has to create. It's just something we have to do. And we've got the opportunity to do it. We're going to grab it with both hands and run. It's too fulfilling to not give it everything we've got.
Mm. I hear you. The time is now, and hey.
Well, and plus, I think you got to do what you got to do with what you got too. I mean, this is where we're all from. We're all based out of here. You know, who has kids, who does, or jobs are based here. We can't pick up and move somewhere. You know, so we got to do what we got to do with what we have. We're just trying to put out the best quality music we can. I think it's like Chip or Pete said. It's like at the end of it all, we'll know we put a really good product out that we could show our grandkids and be like, you know what, that was Grandpa when he had hair, or whatever. It's the legacy
more than we do.
What's that, Chip?
I said, or more than I do now.
Yeah. I got plenty. Look,
yeah, you got plenty left.
But so I think it's about like you said in the beginning of the conversation too. It's about quality, not quantity. It's about it's about good songs, not making a ton of money or touring or whatever. I mean,
right.
We got a debt to pay off with the studio, but besides that, it's like, I didn't get into this to make money at this, I didn't start this thing up to make money. I don't want to die, but I want to go in the red, but I don't expect to be rich on this either, So
I mean, let's face it, most of even the bigger name bands aren't making any money. So
nobody's buying records. So now you have to do it to make money. And then they now the record labels with the 360 deal, they're taking your touring money too now. So now every time
the clubs are taking the freaking merch money, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like see when let's go back in the day, like when there was like Motley Crue or Rat or something like that. They were making all the shirt money, and now you could sell you got to sell shirts just to pay your album. Now they're taking that too. So. A band that used to sell, I don't know, platinum records ain't even selling gold records no more. Nobody cares. So it's almost like, I think it reverted back to when like in the 80s where like you'd have a song, you see a song from a band and then they would put out another song and it'd be less of a hit. And then they'd be see you later. You wouldn't hear them no more. It's almost getting that. So if we can make one song break, I'll feel the all the time and effort I put into playing originals and in the music scene since I was 16 would pay off. I'll take the one tune in a movie or something like that. I'll take that. Get us on a good soundtrack, and I'll take that. Like, why don't they tour? Because they're smart. That's why. Unless
there
it's like
go.
Budweiser sponsoring me, I don't want to go out in a bus. You know what I mean? In like a van.
A nice bus would be good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a really nice tour bus with a nice sponsorship by Marlboro or somebody like that would be cool.
Yeah. Those days,
Yeah. they're gone. Yeah.
Sadly. Yeah.
Or unless you get lucky enough to jump on like somebody like really, like I remember when I was a kid, the Rolling Stones used to bring out bands. Like they would bring out, Living Color, like a band that totally doesn't match them would open up. Or like the Dan Reed Network would open up for the Rolling Stones. Like unless you get like lucky, like Aerosmith just takes a liking to you and takes you with them, then it would be, okay, I got to take a leave out.
But now those bands are paying to be on those tours.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Ozfest. It's like there's money. You got to put money out front. So you're paying Sharon Osbourne all that money to get on the bill.
It's crazy. Like I was talking to somebody 2 weeks ago, and I don't want to say the band name, but they're like, a '90s band that had a couple hits, and to
Okay.
get on their tour, you had to pay them. I think it was like $1,000 a night.
Really?
Wow.
So it's like, all right, 5,000 a week's going right to them. Like,
Right.
it's crazy, crazy.
And you can't use their lights, and you can't
Yeah.
share the dressing room, and you got to set your drums up in front of their drums, where the smoke machine blasts you out all night long. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
I'd rather do it the way we're doing it. Just put out quality
Exactly.
music. Hopefully, somebody sees it or likes it, and I mean, if it's supposed to happen, it will. But I mean, the odds are just stacked so far against you, way more than ever. And the music business has always been like an 80-20,
Yeah.
taking it, And now it's like 90-10, you're taking it, So it is what it is.
It is what it is, but it comes down to, at the end of the day, the part which brought this whole thing together, wanting to create and happy creating the stuff that you are happy with.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think if you reward yourself, then like something, you just got to do what you got to do for yourself. And if we all believe that this is something that we want to do, so we're doing it. And if people like it, great. I mean, I'm trying to put out the best product we can. We're trying to make it sound cool, look cool, play good gigs for what we can around here, and take our biggest swing at it, even though chances are it's a huge long shot, but guess we all have that Rocky puncher's chance, Right?
That's it. Cool. All right. So the big week seems like Tuesday has a big week this week. And all right, let's before we get even to the plugs for the week, the band name. Why Tuesday? Why not Wednesday, Monday? Why Tuesday?
Should I answer this?
Yeah.
We only rehearse on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
It was the only day of the week we could all get together.
I'm like, it has to be something with the day that we practice.
We
That's
were
funny.
looking for a band name. Tuesday was our get together night. And I was just like, wow, seems like Tuesday. It just came to me. I looked it up right away on Google, see if it was a movie or a YouTube thing. Nothing. Put it in. And as soon as you put that name down, we're the first thing that comes up on YouTube or whatever. So I knew that
That's
was the way to go.
huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Absolutely.
So I was like, we're the only one. I mean, you might have like, feels like Tuesday or same as Tuesday, but it's not seems like Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
Right,
that's
right.
what
Like
we're
Thursday.
gonna get.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what we're going to go with. And then everybody liked it. And we were like, all right, we're just going to go with that. Plus, I think it doesn't label you anything technically.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a band, certain band names label you like that,
Yeah.
that could be anything. So it doesn't label us to be, a real heavy band, like, Megadeth, that's heavy, we could dance around, which we want to do. So that's how the name came up. It was just something simple. Plus, when you shorten it, it's SLT, which is cool.
Yep.
You get the big letters on the marquee. So
but
it works.
that does stick with everybody, because somebody actually commented, now with the whole social media thing, we now have a lot of followers. I would say we're gaining and increasing day by day. And this one guy said about the release on Wednesday, well, why not Tuesday?
That makes a lot of sense, because we were doing this.
I was like, oh my God, that's so right.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying we wanted to space things out.
I was like, yeah, right. Like,
That's
you're
good.
right.
That's a good question.
The answer to that question is we researched it, and the best time, according to the people that keep track of this, is releasing things on Wednesday or Thursday, 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, and I knew that, but like, I
was a
wasn't
great
going to
question.
add,
But
I
it
wasn't
does,
going
it
to
does.
add that on Facebook. I was like, let me not even. I was like, right.
Yeah.
Well, plus we
But-
knew hey, we were doing this on Monday. We let that go to Tuesday. We release Wednesday. Let that go to Thursday. We play Friday. We're hitting you in spurts, and we're not doing everything all
Right.
on
At one time.
on
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
So we're trying to give ample, building blocks, kind of.
We want to keep ourselves in your
Yeah.
brain for as long as possible.
Bingo. There you go.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's get these plugs in then. All right. Wednesday, 4 p.m. That's Eastern, is the big release.
Yep.
So single and video both come out at 4 p.m.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And that will be available all streaming services,
Correct.
YouTube.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
YouTube, iTunes, Spotify,
Amazon.
yeah, everything. Yeah.
Everything
All
we
right.
know about. I'm sure there's something out there we don't know yet. As soon as we find it, it'll be on there too.
And then Friday night, one of my old
Yeah,
stomping
Rusty
grounds, the
Now.
Rusty Now in
Yes,
Ardmore,
Rusty Now.
Pennsylvania.
Thank you
Set-
to, we have to say thank you to CT for,
Yeah. What time's that?
that's 8:30.
Yeah. So we got a decent
8:30.
spot. You'll be home by like, I figure they say 8:30. We'll be home by 9. Well, you'll be home by 10:30.
Yeah.
It's nice and early. So
There
that's
you go.
another thing too, trying to get people to come out. Like, and
Mhm.
older people get, they get babysitters. They get it. So the earlier spots are better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who would have
so-
thought that 20 years ago?
I remember I used to play for the midnight spot at the Galaxy. It's like, I want the Galaxy at midnight. That was like the thing.
Yeah.
Right, Pete, that was like the pedigree, like Saturday night at the Galaxy
Yeah.
at midnight or something.
Well, that was back when you didn't even leave home till 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Now
still
it's like,
struggle
I
with
get
that.
home by 10.
I still struggle with getting out to go see somebody at 7 o'clock on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a hard time starting at 10 o'clock because there's nights like down Atlantic City when we start at 10, and I'm like dozing off while we're driving there. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Well, I think too, though, with the clubs that were open back then, right? Whenever we're talking about the Galaxy, the Empire, and all that stuff, they had a built-in crowd. Don't matter who was playing, people there. So you would go just to hang. So if you're going to go there and there's going to be, you're a single guy and there's 50, 60 chicks in there, you'll go out at 11 o'clock. But if you're your kids at home or the dog in the cage, you can only go, you want to be home by 10. You know what I mean? Because, the babysitter and whatnot and different things. So it's definitely changed because people are only going to the clubs now to see the bands they want to see. I don't think there's at least here, there's no hangout where everybody just goes no matter what band was playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know in Nashville, you can walk down the street and go to 50 clubs.
Right.
Well, there's the one strip of Broadway, and it's like 5 blocks, and literally every spot for that 5-block stretch is a different club.
Right.
And they start at 10 a.m. and they go, I think, until 3 a.m.
Oh,
And
nice.
some of them places have multiple bands playing all the time.
Right.
But it's insane down there. It's insane. Like anybody who lives here never goes down there. I've been here 4 years and I've gone down there 4 times. So
Right. Is it that hectic? What's it like Mardi Gras down there?
it is. It's all tourist and it's all cover bands, and I mean it's a good time, but I don't want to go spend $40 to park, spend $10 for a beer. Yeah.
Yeah, we were there 4 years ago. I took my son there, and I mean it was cool.
It's fun. It's an experience. It's definitely cool.
Jason's place, it was 3 levels, and there was a band on each level.
Yeah.
And of course, Kid Rock's place. I wrangled my way on the stage to sing a song. That's just me.
Well, a friend of ours, he was the band leader at Kid Rock's place, and that band had broken up, and now he's got a band over at Tootsie's. But the first time I went and saw him play at Kid Rock's, I was talking to him, and seeing a world of tip buckets for band, it was, coming from Philly. It's a very new thing. I couldn't believe my eyes. And I'm just watching people throwing like money, like the band is strippers into this bucket. Yeah. And he said to me, he goes, oh yeah, he goes, certain songs, we charge $500 or $1,000 for one song. I was like, excuse me? He's like, oh yeah, you watch, we watch. I was like, all right. And they'll start mentioning it. You want to hear Freebird? You want to hear Bohemian Rhapsody? $500. Fucking people are over there fucking ponying up for one song. $500.
Yep.
Really? That's good money. $500 for a song.
Yeah, it's. I'm getting ideas.
No, if people have the money to spend, let them spend it.
Yeah. Pete, that way we'll have to play Freebird for $500. It's like an inside joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll motivate you to play it.
Yeah, we'll play that one. We'll play Hotel California. We'll do that one. We'll only play a cover unless it's like 10 minutes long.
It's great. But those guys down there, they're like human jukeboxes. Because people are just you got to know to play everything. Because if they want to hear a song, they're going to pay you to play it.
Yeah. Well, I guess if the crowd's big enough, right? Everybody could throw up $10 and you'll get 500 pretty quick, right?
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly what happens. Yeah,
it's nothing to kick up a couple bucks, but yeah,
right.
Makes sense.
But it's an experience. I mean, it's definitely like usually when somebody comes to town, they're like, oh, let's go down there, and that's when we'll go down there.
Right.
But it's an experience. It's definitely an experience. You have to go and check it out. The fucking Taco Bell has a band playing.
Oh my God.
It's on 2nd and Broadway. Yeah, it's like 100 yards off of Broadway. They have the garage doors that open up, and there's a band in there fucking playing with their tip bucket.
Yep.
Oh my God.
There's probably more clubs on that one strip that you said, probably in the whole, region that we're in, the Delaware, Philly.
Yeah.
Probably within one block, you got more than we have around here. Like
It's crazy.
Between the 3 states. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, you go down there on a Friday and Saturday, it's just mobbed with thousands of people.
Yeah.
Bachelorette parties. It's the bachelorette
Oh, yeah.
of the world.
Yeah.
That's on
And it's crazy because they put the arena, it's like they put the Wells Fargo Center on the 5th and Broadway.
Yeah.
So you have a 20,000 seat arena right there in the middle of everything.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that sounds like being in like, Times Square on New Year's.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But it's like that Monday through Sunday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's great for the music scene. I mean, they say that's where everything's at right now. Like that, before it was like LA or New York. Now everything's Nashville. That's all you hear.
It's all here. It's all here. And, you never know who you're going to run into. I ran into Tom Kiefer in the emergency room one day. Last month, I ran into Billy Gibbons in the supermarket. I was like almost screaming.
Yeah.
I'm like walking and I see the beard and I'm like, nah. And I get closer. I'm like, that's fucking Billy Gibbons. And I'm like at the self checkout, like I want to like scream. I want to holler at him. I want to go and get a picture, but he was like on his phone. I was like, oh my God. I was like losing my mind. I'm like,
you got to be careful because there's a lot of people that look like Billy Gibbons.
Oh, it was him.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, you know what I mean? No, there's one everywhere. You're like, is that Billy Gibbons?
Yeah.
All the time,
Yeah.
That would be cool if you just went up to him and was like, "Yo, sharp dressed man," and we have walking away from him.
He had the little shirt on. He had his beanie on, the fluffy beanie. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that makes him identifiable. That beanie.
Yeah.
That's him. That's almost his beard now.
I was looking for the Eliminator car outside, but that wasn't there.
Yeah. That's great. Well, that's where they say everything's going. I mean, down here, that's what they say.
It's all down here.
Yep. Or up here.
There's
down there.
As a matter of fact, there's another. There's a girl from Philly in the band Velvet Rouge, which they've been doing a lot of stuff. They've been selling out a lot of clubs downtown Philly and all. And she should be here right now. She was texting me today. Her and her band, they were driving down here for like 3 days. She's like, any singer-songwriters you can get me hooked up with, just, try to collaborate with while we're there. We're doing a couple open mics. We have a couple meetings, blah, 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 blah. So I was like texting her and texting people that I try to get them set up.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a songwriting capital too, right? I mean, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Not just the bands. That's where everything is now.
Everything. The studios, I mean, they have Music Row, which is like, it's like 2 street, like one way down one strip, and then it comes back up the other way, but it's where like all the management offices are, studios, the publishing companies, and BMI and ASCAP and all that. It's Music City.
Yeah
man.
And it's not all country now. It's, I mean, my eyes got open to that when I moved down here. It's very much a rock and roll town now.
Right. It sounds like a place we should visit.
Absolutely.
Come down and visit and
Bring a guitar.
bring a guitar and join the fun.
For sure.
But before you do that, everybody, Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, be on YouTube, be on Spotify, be on iTunes and Amazon and all those fun places. The new single is out. Wednesday is going to seem like Tuesday as well. And guess what? So's Friday because they're going to be playing for you at the Rusty now.
All right.
So be in Ardmore. Every day is now fucking Tuesday, and they have
Yes.
their shit together to prove it.
Hey, look, Monday's even Tuesday.
How about
Yes.
that?
There we
How
go.
about that? How about that? Now, where's the best place online to send everybody? Facebook, Instagram?
Oh, Facebook. Yeah, seems like Tuesday.
There you go.
Look us up.
Yeah, we'll post everything on there. I'll take it right to YouTube to watch the video and all that stuff. So it seems like where you need to do everything is Facebook, YouTube. So that's where we're going towards. We're gravitating to that.
We're on Instagram too.
Yeah.
The last question I'll ask, since you Facebook and Instagram, are you on TikTok?
We are.
Hey, all right. Okay.
We are.
Yeah.
We're only on it. Well, first off, Billy did mention it, but our kids are like obsessed and it's very annoying. But we gave in and we're like, we even asked our daughters, we're like, do you mind like making a dance for Looking for a Heartbreak? Like, can you do something? And they're like, oh my God. Like, no, we're not doing that.
It's like a real song. We can't do that.
Auto-tune. Why does it sound like this?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like this.
But yes, we are on TikTok.
There you go.
Maybe
Yes.
maybe we'll take the car away. We'll force them to do something for the next one.
It's vitally important to be on TikTok, as scary as it is.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
that's a
That'd
whole
be
nother
funny if we
world.
put a song out like somebody made up a dance and we talked about it here. That'd be funny. And we'd be like, guess what? We remember what we did. That's the night
There
we
you
had
go.
our sit together.
But if you want to see the video that's already out, it's also on YouTube. Just search for Seems Like Tuesday. We are the only Seems Like Tuesday.
Mhm.
So it's easy to find.
Comes right up.
We're on all platforms.
There you
We
go.
try to be.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for this. This was a fun conversation, fun night, and I'm happy for you guys.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
Good
us.
time. We're
We
having a good
appreciate
time.
Absolutely.
you giving us your time.
Thanks for having us
Absolutely.
on.
I can't wait for Wednesday. Can't wait to see the video.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, babe.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys. Talk to you soon.
See
Have a
y'all.
good one.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
There we go.